I was born on September 16th, 1999 as Aspen Nicole. As a kid, I was always very tomboyish. I was really into sports, roughhousing. I was always getting into trouble. You name it, I was in there getting my hands dirty. Even online, I would portray myself as a guy and I would use a fake name whenever I could just to avoid being seen as a girl. And I was really proud of that. I really liked it when people called me a tomboy. I liked it when I fit in with the boys more than the girls around me. I just preferred it when I was viewed as masculine rather than feminine. That was true all the way through my childhood, and then when I got into middle school, I started facing pressure from my peers and my family to be more feminine. So I started to try and fit in more. I would wear, whatever girly clothes I could stand wearing while still being comfortable. I tried to start wearing makeup and it went horribly, and I started straightening my hair, but it always felt wrong. I never felt comfortable or like I was being 100% me. I started to feel uncomfortable with my gender identity in 2015, but at that time I didn't even know that being transgender was a thing. I didn't know that existed. So I came out as a lesbian and I threw myself really heavily into the role of like the masked gay friend of my friend group. There was a lot of heavy eyeliner, a lot of messy buns, and a lot of flannel at this point of my life. I also started getting more involved with the queer community online at this point. I started watching a lot of transgender YouTubers, people like Sam Collins, Storm Ryan, Jamie Rains, and some others. Ty Turner was another one that I was watching pretty often. And I also made some trans friends in real life too. I met a couple trans people that were going to my high school at the time, and then I just met some online friends in person. And all of that helped me realize that other people felt the way that I did about their gender and, being born in the wrong body. And it made me realize that I wasn't a weirdo or a freak for wanting to be a boy, even though I was born a girl. So in July of 2016, I came out to close friends as gender fluid. I made a secret Instagram account where I was presenting as a boy and going by a different name, which is now the Instagram that I have today, ironically. And I bought my first shitty clasp binder off of Amazon, but yeah, I was still keeping everything secret from my family. But eventually, thanks to my friends and the internet and just getting fed up, I had some mental health scares. I attempted to take my life. In 2017, I just got fed up and I cut off all of my hair, and I just used that opportunity to come out to friends, family, the internet, anybody who would listen to me. I came out as a FTM transgender, female to male. I told everybody that I wanted to go by Dakota and I wanted to go by he, him, his pronouns from then on. And, I was met with a mixed bag of reactions. Most of my friends were really supportive. I had a couple friends that I had to leave behind because they just couldn't accept me for who I was. But my family was really, really against me transitioning, and it caused a lot of issues, not only in the house with my parents, but with extended family as well. A lot of my relatives no longer speak to me or my family because of my transition. And it also caused some problems at school too. I was ostracized by some of my peers. I was bullied. My mom ended up putting me in therapy. I don't know if she was trying to do it to convince me that I was wrong about being trans, or what her motivation was, but it just made me more sure about my need to transition than I had ever been before. Once I turned 18, barely even a month after I turned 18 basically, I took myself to Planned Parenthood and I started testosterone on October 9th of 2017. My parents refused to pay for any of my medical transitions, so they said they wouldn't pay for hormone replacement therapy, surgeries, or anything like that. So I worked a couple different jobs throughout high school, picking up shifts and stuff, just so that I could afford doctor's appointments and afford testosterone, and I also started saving for top surgery. I started going to the gym and working out a lot to combat my gender dysphoria, and I began posting more about my transition online. on the Instagram account that I had created when I first came out as gender fluid, and then I also started posting transition updates on YouTube as well, voice updates, daily vlogs and stuff like that. And I did actually create a pretty nice community online with a lot of other young queer people, and that was really nice, making new friends and talking to people about my experiences. In August of 2018, I moved out of my hometown and moved down to the Austin San Marcos area for college, where I started attending Texas State University. I really only came out to my close friends there, and sometimes people would recognize me from YouTube or from Instagram, but that was really rare. And so for the most part, I was stealth there, and I really enjoyed the feeling of just like passing as a cis guy and having control over who knew I was trans and who just assumed I was cis, because I didn't have that in my hometown. Everybody knew who I was, everybody knew I was trans, so I enjoyed passing as a cis guy. After a few months, I ended up saving up enough, working at college, battling with my insurance company and finding a surgeon that I could afford and who was nearby. I ended up getting top surgery on May 21st, 2019 with Dr. Alan Doolin in Plano, Texas. The total cost of that surgery was $6,750, and that doesn't include like aftercare supplies like medications or anything like that. I was only 1.5 years on testosterone at that point, and I was still kind of figuring out who I wanted to be, what kind of man I wanted to grow into, so it was a really formative period in my life. Not long after, in December of 2019, I flew out to Italy and met my long-distance girlfriend, who I had been dating for 6 months at the time. And it felt like the whole world opened up around me, and I realized like just how much life I hadn't experienced yet, and how different things were in other parts of the world. And it just really opened my eyes. So when I got back home, COVID hit America hard, and I was just feeling stuck. I was feeling uninspired, and I felt like my life wasn't really going in the direction that I wanted it to. I was stuck in a 9-to-5 office job while I was taking classes at a college that I didn't really enjoy going to anymore. And so on a whim, I decided to apply to the University of Padova in Italy. I didn't really think I would get in because it's ranked as one of the top 100 global universities, but they accepted my application first try. And I just made the split-second decision to move from Texas to Italy and attend the University of Padova's bachelor program in psychology. COVID made the visa process really hard. I sometimes felt like it was impossible and I was never going to get my visa and I was never going to move. But finally, I was able to get my visa and make the move in September of 2020 from Texas to Italy. And flash forward to now, August 2021, I'm almost 4 years on testosterone. I passed 2 years post-op top surgery just a couple months ago. I still have a lot of growing to do, but I know that if I hadn't started transitioning when I did, I wouldn't be alive to experience everything that I do today. I'm very grateful for my experience. I'm very thankful that I was able to transition when I did and how I did. I'm extremely blessed to have all the friends that I have and all the new friends that I've made along the way and the community that's grown around me. And I just wanted to share my journey with all of you because I know that online typically you only see bits and pieces of what people choose to share. And I just wanted to share the whole journey with you guys. And I just wanted to say that if you're a young queer kid who's struggling right now, keep your head up and trust me when I say that things really do get